They done dunking? They done?
Get your ass out there and get dunked on, fool.
Cash trying to avoid getting dunked on. You just got banged though, son. Watch out, man.
You got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, you know who it is. You know who it is. If you don't, it's your boy Shake. So what up, 2K fans? You know who it is. I'm not gonna waste your time. It's your boy Shake. We're gonna dive right into this. This is a video dedicated to all of my subscribers who in my last video asked the question that you wanted to have answered at the 2K team up. I did get a chance to play NBA 2K17 early. I had a good couple hours on the game, lots to discuss. But just before I do, I want you to understand they did not discuss my park at all at this team up, which leads me to believe that there's something huge, something really big coming for my park. It might be a separate disc of its own this year. I have no idea. Also, until the embargo is lifted, I'm not allowed to discuss my career at the moment, but I do have some basic information pertaining to my career, and I'll discuss that as we go along. As it pertains to your My Player, you can only make 5 badges gold. This year, this is just the way it is. Just like in NBA 2K16, you can still collect other badges, but they'll only be bronze. So you'll be elite in 5 major categories in terms of your badges, but the rest of them you'll be basic. You'll be pretty much mediocre in those categories. The body types for my players are virtually the same as they were for NBA 2K16. There's no noticeable difference when creating a my player. You're not gonna have a fat player or a skinny player. The 2K dev team told me they just need more time with the lifetime of the PS4 and the Xbox One hardware. Apparently, as it stands, visually bigger characters actually impact gameplay performance. 7-foot centers will not have access to point guard dribble moves. This is because animation packages are tiered now, and as you level up, you unlock elite animations. Joining friends at my park has been improved. They said they fixed the problem where you had to load in to your own personal park, then load into your friend's park. That's been removed. Now you can just join friends. In fact, your friends, while they're at the park, can just invite you from their park. Hesitation 3, the step back cheese move that everybody kind of abused or overused in NBA 2K16. It felt like it was removed. However, there are still some other hesitation step back moves, and they still break ankles. Ankle breakers in general felt way more realistic. There's a whole host of new ankle breaker animations. They all felt pretty realistic in most cases. The only problem that I saw with the ankle breakers was that it happened extremely frequently, like way too often. In fact, I asked everybody to raise their hand if they played a game where an ankle breaker did not happen, and no one raised their hand. Every single game that we played, even when it was blacktop 1v1, there was ankle breakers. So I don't know if you can really expose people this year because everybody's gonna be getting their ankles broke. So I personally hope they nullify that or kind of tune it down so guys that have skills with the dribble sticks can actually still feel unique. They removed canned animations in your dribble size ups. So you no longer just hold right trigger and flick the right stick to the right or down and start off this long canned animation. It's no longer like that. You basically start a launch animation from your ISO escape or your ISO crossover, and from that launch, you can then basically modify your dribble any way you want. The key words to remember while dribbling is freedom and creativity. It's up to you now. You can pretty much design your own dribbles. You can have a personal style of your own with the packages that you choose, with the crossovers that they have available in the game. In fact, no two people playing the same character are gonna play them exactly the same. Take, for example, the Jamal Crawford size-up move in NBA 2K16. If you want to pull off that move, you can launch the animation, but you would have to actually have the skills to finish the Jamal Crawford behind the back move. Basically, the AI is not going to hold your hand this year. If you have skills, you're going to be able to complete the animations. If not, your guy's going to look kind of silly. I personally witnessed an alley-oop posterizer, and they actually recorded it for the mocap. I was also told by Ronnie2K that there are some new animations, some new alley-oop posterizers in the game. During gameplay, I did notice that there's lots of new dunk animations. It's a whole lot more physical in the paint than ever before, so look forward to that. Auto hesitations have been removed. As far as I can tell, there was no auto hesitations, no invisible walls. If you cross somebody, you can just go to the rim. In fact, in a lot of cases, depending on the player you're using, you have a little bit of a speed boost. Not saying it's cheese, but you got a little bit of a speed boost after your crossover with the acceleration on some of the faster point guards. But keep in mind, there is a new stamina bar that depletes as you're dribbling. So if you're one of those guys that used to over dribble and basically spam the same animation, you'll actually see your stamina meter just depleting all the way down to 0. I think it goes red or something like that. And at that point, you can't even shoot the ball. If you go for a layup or a dunk, you're more than likely gonna miss it. Another thing to keep in mind, while you're sizing somebody up at the 3-point line, if you deplete your stamina bar on your way to the rim, let's say after you finally cross the guy up, after you've been dribbling for too long, now, by the time you go to the rim, you're going to be sluggish and you're probably going to just get blocked. The guy that's playing defense could chase you down, or you'll either just miss the layup or miss the dunk, maybe get blocked by the big in the paint. So you really have to be precise with your dribbles this year. You got to hit them with the boom boom real quick and just keep it moving. If you don't break them off, you got to give up the ball. During practice, I did witness the yo-yo dribble, and I saw that still existing within NBA 2K17, but I was told by Mike Wang himself that they can hotfix animations, spam, cheese, just like a roster update now. And so they basically said that any problems in the game today can be removed tomorrow. They also said that they're going to be monitoring gameplay a lot. So if they see the community, jumping to a specific animation on a regular basis, they can change that and kind of remove it or tone it down right away. You have a shot meter for every shooting animation in the game now. So all layups, full court shots, the quick release buzzer beater shots, all of them have a meter now. The shot meter on the layup really threw me off at first. I mean, I was told about it, but in experiencing it, it was very difficult to make those layups initially. It seems as though 2K put a lot into a skill gap in between novice players and veteran players. Initially, it did feel a little difficult doing a left-handed layup or a right-handed layup with the right stick. But just like most of you guys, I found myself resorting back to the regular X button on the Xbox and the square button on the PlayStation 4 to complete a basic layup. As for your attributes, initially, you have only 3 categories that you can max out. The rest of the categories you'll be pretty average at until you get into the My Career practice, and you'll be able to earn some more attribute points. More on that later once they release some My Career information. The goal is to make your character more specific to his playstyle. It makes the game a lot more realistic. You will be elite in certain areas pertaining to your playstyle, and you won't be that great in those other areas that are areas that your character's not supposed to be good at. You can create your own jumper this year. This is another feature that has to be unlocked and earned in the My Career mode, but apparently you can blend 2 jumpers. So you pick 2 releases in the game and you can actually blend them and operate the timing of the release and basically create your own releases in NBA 2K17. I just feel like this year there's going to be a lot more mad scientists out there, creating their own special jump shot. As you can see, I'm wearing the mocap t-shirt, and if we had more time, they told us on Wednesday we could have mocapped our own jump shots into the game. The blacktop mode got a makeover. First of all, you're playing in a park in Harlem, New York. There's a crowd now. You can customize the matches a lot better. So like if you want to play a game to 7 1v1, you can do that. If you want to play 3v3 game to 11, you can do that. You can run full court 2v2 if you want to. I cannot confirm if the mode is online just yet, but they did say you can compete against friends, maybe on the local console, I'm not sure. But you guys know what I'm gonna do with that mode. I'm bringing back the 1v1 series, but I might even do like the best dynamic duos of all time and see, who really is the best. I spoke to my buddy Rob Jones about face scanning on your cell phone now. He says that the advantages are that it's a lot faster, and mainly not everybody had a PS4 camera or the Xbox One Connect. So now scanning on your cell phone is going to make it a lot easier for everyone, unless of course you don't own a cell phone. Also, while playing on the blacktop, the NBA players were wearing regular street clothes, and that was very interesting to see. The clothing did look a little bit better. Can't really confirm how good the clothing is coming out, but we did see that they added a whole bunch of new scanned sneakers into the game. The Yeezys are in the game. LeBron James Soldier 10s are in the game. So many new sneakers in the game. There should be a trailer coming out on that really soon. You guys used the hashtag question and asked some over 500 questions in my last video. I initially condensed it down to like 50 questions, which then I had to remove all the My Park questions because they didn't even showcase the My Park, which is still strange to me. I've been coming to this team up for 5 years and they've always showed us the park. But I tried my best to answer some of the big questions that you guys had. If you followed me on Twitter, I did a whole facts series, basically like 24 facts for NBA 2K17. You can check that out right now at Shakedown2012 on Twitter. This is only the first video of like a 2 or 3 part series, so stay tuned for more. It's your boy Shake. As always, smack that like tab to show your support. Subscribe if you're new to my channel, and I will be back with some more 2K17 news for you guys later.